Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this really simple timeline in Microsoft Word. So let's open a new document. So I've just got my plain A4 document up here, and the first thing I need to do is to establish some guidelines. So I'm going to double click at the top of my document. I'm entering into the headers and footers. Go to Insert, Shapes, go to the line, hold down the Shift key and draw a line. Then press Command or Control C to copy it. Then click at the top, Command or Control C to paste, and just move that across to roughly the other side. You don't have to be very accurate because we've selected this one just roughly where you want your margins to be. Maybe move that one out slightly. Then head on over to the other one, hold your Command or Control key down, click on the other one so that you've selected both of them. Go to Layout, select Group, then Align to Center. So those two lines now are perfectly in the center of your document. So there is an equal distance between each side. Double click in the middle of your document. Those lines are now there in the headers and footers. So unless we go back into the headers and footers, they can't be touched, moved, erased, clicked on, or changed. So those are our guidelines for our timeline. Next, I'm going to go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out a text box. I'm just going to type in Timeline for the title at the top, then select the text, go to the Home tab, change the font. I'm going to choose American Typewriter. Then increase the font size, change the spelling so it's correctly spelt, deselect, then I'm just going to get rid of this borderline, select it, go to Shape Format, go along to this icon here and select No Outline and deselect, and you see I've got my title at the top. I'll just move that down slightly. Then once I've done that, just go to Layout, Align to Center. Nicely lined up, we can move on to the graphics. So go to Insert, Shapes, click on the circle, hold your Shift key down, and then make a perfect circle. Then I'm just going to go up to Shape Format, go along to the outline and select No Outline, because every shape you insert will have an outline around the outside. Then I'm going to hold down my Alt or Option key, click and drag, which means I've now got a second circle. These two are selected, so I'm going to do that exact same action and then drag out two more and one more time, so we have 6 identical circles. Now I'm going to select them all by holding down the Command or Control key, selecting them all. Then I'm going to go to Layout, Align, go down to Distribute Vertically. This will make sure they're equally spaced apart. Then Align to Center. They're all now beautifully lined up. Go to Group, select Group, and then I'm going to copy and paste them again. Hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag. Go to Align to Top. So they're all now lined up. Go to Group, select Group, go back to Align and select Align to Center. So all of these circles are all now nicely lined up to the center of your page. Now go to Group and select Ungroup. Again, select Ungroup. And now what we're going to do is take out every other circle. So this will be the top circle. So I'm going to click on this one and delete that one, delete that one, delete that one, and the other side, every other one, the other side. Now these balls again are perfectly lined up, so we can now join them together, change the color and add the text. So for the colors, click on each circle, go up to Shape Format, go to Shape Fill, and then you can select from any of these colors. You've got standard colors, you've got more fill colors. In here you've got your color wheel. You can move this little cursor around and you can move this slider up to brighten or darken your colors. So for your color palettes, you can go onto Google. I've placed in graphic design swatches. Then all you need to do is scroll through, select the one you want. I've taken a screenshot of this one, and then all I need to do is to go to Insert, Picture, Picture from File, insert my screenshot and click Insert, and then click on one of the balls. And then I've got 6 balls and 8 colours, so you can decide which colours you want to use. I've decided to use this colour all the way along to this colour. So select the ball, go to Shape Format, go to Shape Fill, go down to More Fill Colours, and then if you're lucky enough to have this eyedropper tool, you just click on it and click on the colour. If not, you're going to have to move this one round here and move the slider up and down so that you can try and match that colour. This little box you can move so it gets closer to the colour that you want. If you want to move the colour swatch, you can move it down. So click on it, go to Picture Format, go to Wrap Text and select in front of text, and you can move this anywhere now. So again, click on the circle, Shape Format, Shape Fill, More Fill Colours, and you can move this so that this square here is right next to the colour that you want. So then you can use the Brighten and Darken tool, and you can know then if it needs a little bit more green or blue, and just move it around until you roughly get the colour or shade that you want to. So I've already done all of that, so let's get rid of this, because once you've selected the colour, if you go to Shape Fill, it comes up in your recent colours, and you can see my colour swatch is now all here because I've rehearsed this and I've got them all in my recent colours. So I'm going to select the top one and select this colour here. Select the next circle, again, Shape Format. And then I'm going to select the next colour along and just keep going until eventually I've selected all the colours I need for my swatch. Perfect. So I've got all of the colours in. Now I can simply just deselect that bottom one, go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out the text box. In here you can insert text, you can insert a picture, or you can insert an icon. It's completely up to you. Here I'm just going to select some text, so I'm just going to select a date. Obviously this is timeline, and then I'm just going to go to Shape Format, go to the outline and take off the black outline around the outside. Shape Fill and select No Fill. Select your text, go to the Home tab, go to Font Color, which is this one here, and select white. And then I can go to the Increase Font Size tool here and make this font as big or as small as I want. Now, if your margins, top and bottom, are equal, and you have control over that by moving this cursor, so it's difficult to know if that's perfectly the same top and bottom, but if you get it roughly the same, if you then select the circle holding down the Command or Control key, so you've selected them both, go to Layout, Align to Center, which will make sure all of these squares are lined up here, Align to Middle, and then all of these squares are lined up, which means this text will be perfectly lined up into the center of your circle. Once you've done that, we don't have to repeat it, because all we need to do is copy and paste it. Hold down the Alt or Option key, click, and do that with all of them. Deselect them both, because otherwise you'll select the two, which you can do if you want to, because actually what you can do is move them down to the other two, and then you can do exactly the same with these two. Then I'll just speed up the video while I change the numbers and center them all. Now I've completed all of that, I'm going to move on to the lines that go to each different circle. So go to Insert, Shapes, click on the line, go to the middle of this circle, click, and go to the middle of this circle here. Now you've got to decide the color choice and the thickness. So you need to go to Shape Format whilst it's selected and go to this tool here. Then select your color. Let's just go for black. And then click on the drop down again, go to Weight, and then go down to 1 centimeter. And there you see you've got this nice black line. Now These lines are in front of these circles, but what you can do is once again go to layout, go to send backwards, click on the drop down and select send to back. Then again we can copy and paste, hold down the Alt or Option key, make sure it's selected, click and drag it to the next one over here, and then we can do the same with the bottom one. That's just made two, no problem. Deselect, reselect one of them, one that's not quite in the middle, and then just press delete. So select this one. We can move the arrow keys to make sure that's a little bit more in the center, and we can do the same with this one if we're not happy with the position. And then with this one we're going to copy and paste it. So again, Alt or Option key, click and drag, deselect, reselect this one, pop this ball into the middle of this ball here or circle and pop that up there. Once you're happy with the placement, again copy and paste it using the Alt or Option key and then deselect. Sorry, it keeps jumping around. This is what Word does. If you zoom in, pop that one there. So the next thing that we need to do is pop in the text. So insert, text box, draw text box, click and draw out a text box. I'm just going to paste in some text. So this is where your margins really matter. What I'm going to do now is going to pop that text line right against that margin so that all these boxes will perfectly line up. So then you can move the edge of this one backwards and forwards to exactly where you want it. Deselect. What I'm going to do is just manually use my arrow key, just move that down so it's roughly in line with the center of this too. Then I'm going to go to shape format, go to the outline, select no outline so that when I deselect you can see there's no black line around the outside. So to make this simpler, I'm going to copy and paste once again. Again, what I'm going to do this one is use my arrow key to make sure it's roughly lined up with the center of this two here, and with this one here, roughly lined up with the center of this number 2. Now another alignment tool that you can use, which we've used earlier, select all 3 of these, go to the layout tool, go to align, and then you go to distribute vertically, and that will mean they're equally spaced apart. You can do that with this side as well, but this time I'm going to go to the Home tab, left align them so they're all in the center, or the text starts in the center of the page, and then once again make sure the outline of this is lined up to that line we put in earlier, and go back up to the top, making sure that this is lined up with the center of this number here. So I'm going to move that down so that that square there is in line with that one. Do the same with this one and this one as well. Perfect. So let's zoom out. I'm going to double click into my headers and footers. I'm going to click on these lines here, and let's just get rid of those by pressing delete. Double click back into the center of your page and you've got your timeline. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to move the header down a bit, or the title. If you want to move everything down, just pop your cursor at the top here, press the return key and everything will shift down just to align everything a bit better. And then finally to the background and changing the titles. Here all you need to do to change the title color is to simply select the title, go to the Home tab, go to font color, and obviously you can match them from your recent colors. Then the background, just go to insert, shapes, square, click and drag out a rectangle that goes all the way across your page. Then make sure the page is completely covered. Go up to shape format and go to format pane. Go to the bucket icon, click on the drop down from fill, go to gradient fill. I've already rehearsed this, so it's already done, but you need to go to radial in the type. In the direction, you need to go through the one in the center, which is the circle. Then go over to the left hand side, click on the color and select white. Click on this slider here, click on the color and select gray. That will give you a lovely circle in the middle. I'm just going to use the sliders to show you the effect. So if I slide that in and out, you can see what we've created. Then go to layout and go to send backwards and select send to back. So now you can see that all my squares have got a white background. So all I need to do is select them, hold down the Command or Control key, go to shape format, go to shape fill and select no fill and deselect. You can see the lines haven't come through, so select the background again, go to shape format, go to layout, go to wrap text and select behind text, and you can see those lines will then come through to the front. Perfect. So once you're happy with that, you can save it as a PDF, a Word document or a template. Go up to File, select Save As for a Word document, Save As for a PDF, go down to this one here, or you can save it as a template by going to File, Save as Template, make sure you're in the templates file and also Microsoft Word template here and click Save. If you save it as a template, when you go to your Home tab, go to Templates, go to More Templates, and you will see your template in your personal files. Open it up, and once you do, you can make all the changes you need to, and then when you save it, it will ask you to save it as a completely new document. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.